Hello students, this is Prasanjit Ghosh and welcome to the Masterful Master. Today we are going to discuss a poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum by Stephen Spender. The poet Stephen Spender in this poem focuses on social inequalities of the children living in the slums. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes, the stunted unlucky ear of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarled disease, his lessons from his desk. At the back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young, his eyes live in a dream of squirrel's game, in tree room other than this. In the first line, the word gusty means strong or energetic. Students, focus in the second line. The word rootless means unsettled. There is another word just beside the word rootless, that is weeds. The word weed is a wild plant that is not wanted in a garden. In the same line, there is a word pallor, which describes unhealthy or pale appearance. Stunted in the fourth line means not fully grown. In the same line, there is a word ear, which means successor. In the fifth line, there is a word gnarled, which means twisted. The poet, through the first line of the poem, wants to convey that the faces of the children are far from being energetic. Their faces are dull. The phrase rootless weeds means unwanted. The children are compared to as rootless weeds, which shows that they are like unwanted plants which grow on their own without being cared for, totally neglected. The hair torn round their pallor reflects the shabby and pale appearance of the children. A girl has her head hanging low in sadness due to poverty. Paper seeming boy means extremely thin. It shows that the boy is malnourished. This boy has rat's eyes. Now, just as the rats look for food, this boy has the same look, or we can say has the same greed that reflects in his eyes to achieve everything. The poet, in the fourth and fifth line of the first stanza, is describing a physically disabled boy who is unlikely to have got the disease from his father. This disabled boy is sitting on his bench reciting his lessons. A sweet young boy was sitting at the back of the class in darkness. The poet could see his eyes, which were bright and full of dreams. The boy is lost in his own world. He wants to enjoy and play freely, just like the squirrel in the garden outside. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized doom riding all cities, belled, flowery Tyrolese valley, open-handed map awarding the world its world. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their futures painted with a fog. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. The word sour means yellowish pale color. Lead sky means unclear sky. The poet in this stanza is describing the walls of the school. They are cream in color. This means that the walls are not well maintained. The walls are full of charts and images, which must have been donated by the people. There is a portrait of Shakespeare on the wall. There is an irony here. It is placed where there is no serious teaching. Cloudless dawn and civilized doom are contrasting images because there is nothing civilized in these slums. There is also a picture of famous Tyrolese valley having beautiful flowers, and these children of the slums will never be able to experience this beauty. There is also a map of the world, but this map of the world is irrelevant for these children because their world is only what they see outside the window of the classroom, that is the slum. The future of the children is dark and gloomy. The future is also compared to a narrow street, which means that there is no wide scope available for their growth. They are away from the glory of natural beauty of rivers, mountains, and stars. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes. From fog to endless night on their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel, with mended glass like bottle beds on stones, all of their time and space a foggy slum. So blot their maps with slums as big as doom. For these children living in the slums, Shakespeare is wicked, and Map is a bad example. The desire of being loved by others forces them to steal. They live in small homes and they have started adjusting to it. These children living in the slums have no vision in life. The children live on slag heaps. The phrase slag heaps means piles of waste material. Their world is full of dirt and garbage. These kids are so thin that one can easily see their bones through the thin layer of the skin. These children are wearing glasses made of steel, which are cheap, heavy, and uncomfortable. The spectacles look like stones, which have been repaired with pieces of glass sticking out of them. The children face so many hardships in their lives. As these slums are getting bigger, they will destroy the future of these children, and it is very difficult for such kids to escape. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break or break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands and let their tongues run naked into the books the white and green leaves open, history theirs whose language is the sun. In the last stanza, the poet wants the governor, inspector, and visitor to become aware and concerned and take action to improve the condition of these deprived children. These officials should make efforts to bring change in the lives of the children so that the map on the wall becomes a reality for them. If steps are not taken, their lives may get shut like catacombs. Catacombs here means underground burial place. The poet wants an escape for these children living in the slums, or else these children may revolt someday. They should be taken to the green fields rather than dim slums. The children must be given freedom to experience the green fields and run on the sea beaches. Let them read books and let them breathe in fresh air. Let them discover themselves and let them be creative so that their names can also enter the books of the history. Let them find their place in the sun. With this, we come to the end of this poem. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and stay safe.